Hi, I'm Chris,
I'm Jacoba.
and this is Adventures of Tea.
Hey everyone, so we decided to do another video because the last one we did, the introduction kind of video, there was a lot to cover and it was a long video. So we decided that because we weren't able to kind of go into more specific detail as far as what we were doing to start our process, that we would kind of make another video just to explain better. So what happened first was, once we had our initial meeting with the doctor, they had me do some blood tests to test my hormones, and they told me to wait for my next cycle to start. I had just started mine a few days before, so I had to wait another entire month to start checking my ovulation and do a hystero and ecto test, which basically tests your tubes, and they look at your uterus and kind of decide what's the problem, what problem we're having. So everything checked out fine, except my hormones were normal for a woman with PCOS, but everything else was good. My uterus wasn't a problem, my tubes weren't a problem, they were clear, everything else was fine. I just wasn't ovulating regularly. So Chris also had to get tested, and so he got his sperm analysis done, and his results were really good. His sperm count was 94 million, and his mobility rate was about 78%. So they said both of them were really good.
That's ideal for what they were looking for anyway.
Yeah, it was, he passed the test. He's not the problem, which, like we said, he's got 2 kids other than this, so obviously we weren't too concerned about him being the problem. So our next step from there was for them to have us meet up with a nurse coordinator, and she's basically going to be the one who's helping us through this entire journey. She's basically the woman there's 2 of them that I see constantly every time I go in there, and they're the ones that are, helping me along through this and available 24/7, like basically for whatever I need. So she set us up with blood work to do. I had to test for HIV and hepatitis B, rubella. They tested my blood type. They were testing my progesterone levels. So I passed everything. I'm Rh negative with my blood type. So what that means is, for those of you who don't know, I have to get a RhoGAM shot when I'm pregnant. Not until further along in the pregnancy. I think it's about in weeks like 20 to 30, something like that. I don't produce protein or iron, and so that can be harmful to the baby if the baby is Rh positive. Chris got tested for HIV and hepatitis B, and I think that was about it as far as what you got tested for. They also started me on Provera and metformin.
Whoa, you can't just continue. Okay, they gotta know that I don't have either of those things. Okay, continue.
Well, if I don't have them, you probably don't.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
It's good to, yeah.
He is fine.
Thank
He's clean.
Yes.
So sorry. So they started me on metformin and Provera. So the metformin is to break down the insulin inside my body. I'm not a diabetic, but I do have insulin surrounding my ovaries, which makes it harder to ovulate. So they have me on that to break that down, and they have me on Provera, which was to help basically get everything moving along. I was to take it for 10 days, and then within 2 to 10 days after that, I was supposed to get my period and start my cycle. It didn't happen until about 12 or 13 days after, so unfortunately we had to wait a couple of days longer, but it's not that big of a deal, I guess. So this is cycle 1 that we are starting, and we're in it. So once my cycle was to start, I was to call the nurse and let her know, and she instructed me to come in the next day to get my blood and ultrasound done. So I did that, and I had 3 large follicles. They were about 30 millimeters, so I'm assuming that was good. I was instructed to start taking letrozole the next day. She called me and told me when to start it. I would be finished by the Wednesday, and they asked me to come back in on the Friday, which is today, to do another ultrasound and blood work. So today when I went and got it done, it looks like my follicles were a little bit bigger, and I don't think that's a good sign. They didn't really give me my results. They more of just took my blood work, and they gave me Ovidril, which is a trigger shot to induce your ovulation. And they told me that they would call me and let me know when I was supposed to take it, and they said they didn't expect to see me until I was to take a pregnancy test. But I got a call a couple hours later, and they asked me to come back in for another ultrasound and more blood work on Monday. So that's kind of where we're at. I don't really know what it means. I don't know where we're kind of going, but I'm hoping to find out more on Monday. And hopefully we have some good eggs, and hopefully our first round could be our only round. I mean, I'm not...
That would be exciting.
It would be. It would be great. I'm not 100%...
Adventure's a little shorter than we,
But then we can go into
good.
adventures
then we
of,
can
like,
go into
pregnancy.
Adventures of pregnancy, yeah. Which, the videos won't end after the trying to conceive part. We plan on doing a whole bunch of episodes about being a parent after having a baby as well. All the way through toddler stages, and however far, we'll see how far it takes us, but it'll all be fun.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry.
So, it's okay. So, we just wanted to I just wanted to kind of elaborate more. Because I felt like I really just threw a bunch of big names of medication out there and didn't really explain what they were and what they were for and kind of what my process has been. So, I mean, we started in February trying to get in. We got in by March, and it's now the end of July, and we're only on our first cycle now. So it's been a really long road, but, at the end of the day, if we get a baby out of it, then it's all worth it, right?
It is worth it. It's very worth it.
Do you have anything else to input?
Not really. But to the dads out there, I guess I could say that upcoming, I plan on doing a couple episodes with or without Kobe. Depends if she wants to be in them or not. But it's more for the dad's side, about different apps or different things that can help with parenting and help dad get through parenting, books, and I'll probably do a few reviews if I can get my hands on some good products, not just for dad but also for other parents, whatever, but we'll do those ones together. If it's very dad related, I'll probably be the one kind of taking the helm on that, just because it'll be more relatable, I guess. And then same goes for Kobe when it comes to the mom side of it. And hopefully we get some good information and kicks out of that.
Alright.
No. Alright.
Bye.
See you later. Cheers.